Sarada's new MS ability is way more overpowered than we thought, and because it's so damn broken, she's in talks that she has no business being in. But I'm here for it. So yeah, here we are. Let's talk about it. So before we hop into the video, I want to ask you to drop a quick like. The grind to 20k starts right now, man. The faster we get it, the faster we can go for 50k, then 100k. So now I need more support than ever. I need your support, guys, especially from my loyals, man. But yeah, that's it. Let's continue on with the video. So it's not that I forgot to make a Sarada video. Well, I made a Sarada video at the end of chapter 19, but she really showed off the ability to its fullest capability in chapter 20. And since that released, I haven't really made a video on her. I just felt like everyone was making the same video. The Sarada videos was getting to feel a little oversaturated at the moment, especially since prior to that, I already released multiple videos focused on Sarada. But now that we're well past that point and more people are starting to shift their attention back to Boruto and Jura, this is a comfortable time for me to just chat with y'all a little bit about her abilities and just gauge how powerful she is, not only comparing her to characters in the Boruto verse, but also seeing how she compares to the past MS users as well. Sarada is getting the Obito treatment right now. Very powerful character in his own right, but his Mangekyou ability is so overpowered, it causes him to get put in combos that should be well out of his league. I mean, Kamui is so broken, it got Kakashi and Madara combos. The point is, because this is the case for Sarada, people are going to start comparing her to the stronger characters in the Boruto verse. It's only natural. For example, Kawaki with his limiters removed, which we will get into more later in the video, but for right now, let's just analyze her MS ability. I still haven't learned the right way to say this, but I think it's pronounced Ohirume. That's the name of Sarada's MS ability. Ohirume roughly translates to Great Woman of the Sun or Great Lady of the Day. To add a bit more aura to it, I guess you could say Goddess of the Sun. With this ability, Sarada is able to manifest these black hole looking things that can target anything to be sucked into. At the most, we've seen Sarada manifest 4 of these black holes at a time, and from what was shown, it can target anything that Sarada chooses, even other people along with herself. Once she's chosen a target, whatever it is gets sucked into the hole without the enemy being able to do anything about it. We've seen Sarada suck Ryu's iron sand in it as well as Ryu himself. It was weird at first because even though Ryu was being affected, Miski and the others were fine. It's because Sarada can choose what gets targeted by the black hole. Basically, she can affect the gravity of anything. Not only can she choose what she targets, she can also choose which black hole it gets sucked into. Once Ryu figured out how the technique worked, he tried to angle the direction of the iron sand so that once it started to get sucked into the hole, it would still hit Sarada because she would be in the way. But she just sent the sand to another hole that was not in the same direction as her. So not only does the enemy have to be aware of the number of black holes in the area, they also have to be aware of which direction the attack could be sent into. And it also wastes chakra. So fighting against Ohirume, I think it's safe to say that using chakra-based techniques is pretty much off limits. Because not only would it not work, but like I said, it would be a waste of chakra. But on the other hand, it also requires a huge amount of chakra to be able to execute. So much so that after using it the first time, Sarada passed out from exhaustion. In comparison to other MS users in the first time they used their abilities, we see the first time Itachi used Amaterasu, we can see the fatigue is showing. And there is some strain there, but he is still conscious and well able to fight after using it. Similar case with Sasuke. The first time he used Amaterasu, his reaction was extremely similar to that of Itachi's, but this time he even retracted Amaterasu and still didn't pass out. Pretty much after going through all the mainstream MS users and their reaction to after using their abilities for the first time, Sarada seems to have exhausted herself the most. Even Obito, who was fueled by hatred and annihilated an entire army basically, he still didn't collapse after awakening and using his MS power. So that just goes to show you how much chakra is needed to use Ohirume. The passing out could just be a result from her body not being used to expending all that chakra. I don't think she'll pass out every goddamn time she uses it. Even though this ability is a lot to handle, I think it's the perfect ability for someone like Sarada, and only Sarada. Unlike any Uchiha in the past, Sarada is the only Uchiha who I believe has the most realistic possibility to inherit the Byakugo seal. The Byakugo seal will allow Sarada to store massive amounts of chakra in her body over time. It can be anywhere on her body, but it's primarily used on the forehead, and once released, boom, it enhances the user's abilities tenfold and basically makes them damn near immortal for a limited amount of time. In the past, only Sakura and Tsunade were able to fully master this ability. I mean, Mito Uzumaki also had a seal like this on her forehead, so she was most likely a user of this technique as well, to some extent, but Sarada could be the one to fully benefit from this technique the most. Let me just start off saying, the Mangekyou Sharingan is a dojutsu that induces blindness, very commonly among its users, and Sarada's not excused from that big possibility. Now, do I think she will go blind due to the excessive use of her MS? No. I already made a video explaining why that is. If you want, I'll link it right here for you guys. So if you have time, go check that out because it's for sure a banger. But if you don't care about the narrative that's trying to be pushed, Sarada being the only one shown in the story to awaken her MS off a different type of trauma than watching a close friend or a family member die, and you still think despite all that, Sarada will still go blind due to the MS's already established lore, then the Byakugo seal could be a potential way for her to keep herself from going blind, or at least delay the blindness a little more. I only say potential because there is still some problems with that theory. I mean, since we never seen an Uchiha or anyone with dojutsu use the Byakugo seal or mitotic regeneration before, it's really difficult to say because from what was shown, the seal can only heal physical damage to the body, and mitotic regeneration can only create new cells, not repair existing ones. And for the existing ones to be repaired, they would need to be completely destroyed. It's not a fix to gradual degradation of an organ such as the eyes, so it couldn't cure lung cancer, vision impairment, or anything like that. So that's why I said to buy into the notion that Ikimoto will reward Sarada for awakening her Sharingan and MS in an unorthodox way. Even the way she's using it now, she's using it to protect, other than to just destroy like Sasuke and Itachi. Right now, that's the only possible way she can keep her vision and still be able to use her MS abilities when we really need her to. But despite going blind, the Byakugo seal will enhance Ohirume. She'll most likely be able to produce even more black holes, maybe like 10 to 15. Enough to scale an entire battlefield, like the one used in the 4th Great Ninja War. And the black holes would be able to produce an even stronger gravitational pull. And should I mention the possibility of Himawari helping in this case too? Now that she basically shares a body with Kurama, she'll be able to share his chakra with whomever through physical touch. And this chakra will offer great healing properties and jutsu amps on top of that. So either Byakugo seal or not, Sarada has ways to buff this broken ability. So I would say the Byakugo seal is well suited for her, but it's not a necessity in the slightest. Now getting back to Ohirume, the one thing that's a possible downside, well, I don't think I'll call it a downside, more so a little limitation. And that is, it's very possible it can't target anything that doesn't possess chakra. Shinobi and Divine Trees possess chakra, so they can still be affected. Ryu is using his chakra to manipulate the iron sand. Like Gaara, he infuses the sand with his chakra, allowing him to manipulate it. And in Ryu's case, he can use his own iron sand through his claw mark created clothing, which is a combination of iron from his blood mixed with chakra. It could be proven wrong in the near future, but for right now, let's just assume that they'll put at least one limitation on her ability. And that limitation is that Sarada can only target people or things that possess chakra. Despite this limitation, this doesn't hinder her overall strength at all. I still think Sarada is a major threat in the series that can contend with the stronger characters in the series. Two characters I actually see her get compared to a lot is Code and Kawaki. Now regarding Code, I really think there's nothing to really say about that anymore. Sarada is stronger than the current Code. He would get done in a very similar fashion to Ryu. Code wouldn't be able to counter the gravitational effects of Ohirume, especially if he's seeing it for the very first time in combat. and he wouldn't be able to retreat using the claw marks because of said gravity. Ryu couldn't even escape because as he got closer to the black hole, the gravity gotten so strong he couldn't even move his body. So the chances of Code escaping is very slim, and I'm not gonna lie, the fact that he can't absorb chakra is gonna hurt him so much in this battle because he doesn't have much in his arsenal for real. His only chance would be to do something when the gravitational force is at its weakest. And all that really depends on how far you are away from the black hole. When we look at characters like Boruto and Kawaki, they at least have one way to counter Ohirume. I literally can't think of any code exclusive abilities that lets him do that. With Boruto, all he has to do is use Flying Raijin fast enough to teleport away. With Ohirume expending so much chakra, you kind of shouldn't use it against characters that has a form of space-time ninjutsu. Boruto and Kawaki has this, and I didn't even really get into the possibility of them just absorbing the black holes with the karma. Well, that's only if these black holes are created using chakra. They most likely are chakra based, so I can see a viable way for them to get absorbed. But either way, Boruto and Kawaki have ways to counter it if needed. In Kawaki's case, these spears can probably be shrunk too. They look like they're literally tangible. Just look at when Ryu got stuck on one. It's possible Sukuna Hikona can shrink whatever this black spear looking thing is. I'm really just calling it a black hole because we don't necessarily know what it is quite yet. It could be a spear or a black hole, but I'm certain it is tangible, it has mass, and it's able to be touched, and therefore it should be able to be shrunk. There's also other ways Kawaki could just beat Sarada, even with this new ability. People don't realize how broken Sukuna Hikona is. Kawaki is literally gonna summon a crazy amount of cubes for Sarada to just absorb and waste chakra. Like, I can see Kawaki winning 9 times out of 10 just because Sarada exhausted all of her chakra. Really the same thing with Boruto, but I'd say Kawaki got more win cons out of everyone, especially with his limiters removed now. I don't think there's a way for Sarada to win that one. Just to put those combos to rest, I guess, I don't know. But she beats Code, that's all that matters. So as far as Sarada goes, besides Kamui, I would say she has the most broken and useful MS technique we've ever seen. Like, as far as strength and versatility goes, Kamui and Ohirume are the top 2. Right now, pretty interchangeable, but the more information we get on Ohirume, the more enticed I'll feel to just put it as the strongest MS ability. So thanks for sitting through this video. I really hope you all enjoyed. I just wanted to clarify some things and misconceptions I've seen about Sarada's MS in the community. Still a very broken attack, but some characters can still counter it. We're in a whole nother era now with a lot of stronger characters than ever before, so of course Sarada can't just solo the verse now. She's definitely moved into the top 5, I'm not debating that, probably just outside of the top 3. She's not going to be stronger than the main characters or the main antagonists. If you got any thoughts or ideas from watching this video, go ahead and drop it real quick in the comment section. I'll be looking out for new interesting perspectives, or maybe I missed something crucial about Sarada's MS that could be used in this argument to push her into that top 3 spot. Leave all your opinions down below. And remember, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like this in the near future, don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you get notified whenever I upload or go live for chapter spoilers. And until next time, I'll catch you boys and girls later. And I'm out. Peace.